Yes. Yeah. Where's Bill? Here he is. Come a bit closer, Bill. Right, here we are then, down by Pitside. I've often thought the stadium has got three main features. We'll talk more about the roof in a few minutes when we get up to level 6. Have a look at the seats around the stadium to start with. You've got three distinct levels: upper, middle and lower. We are at the bottom end of lower here. This is where your substitutes will sit for big matches. Home team, away team over there. The only part of the stadium that hasn't got three levels is the north part, where that giant Welsh flag is. The previous stadium was called the National Stadium, and it ran the other way, east to west. This one, north to south. When they were building this one, they were conscious that they were right next door to the home of Cardiff Rugby Club, Cardiff Blues. Didn't want to upset the neighbours, so when this was built, that bit there remained from the previous stadium. And if you look at the top of that capital letter M, the concrete blocks you see right next to that form part of the main grandstand of the Cardiff Club next door. When they have a big concert here, they put the stage always down that end. And the reason for that, the noise will travel in the opposite direction, away from all the residential areas you've got behind there. Lots of flats in Westgate Street, Holiday Inn Hotel down there as well. So the noise goes in the opposite direction. The third feature is what you see in front of your eyes. And it may look like any ordinary pitch, but as you heard from the film, it's one that you can remove. And if it was this time next week, you probably wouldn't see anything out there other than the tarmac that it rests on. In simple terms, what you've got out there is a giant jigsaw puzzle. And these are the jigsaw pieces. You've got pictures on either side here. There's over 7,000 of these pallets out there. They are like big flower pots, this wide, this deep, full of soil, sand, and then on top you've got your grass. It takes 10 days to build the jigsaw and £200,000. Needless to say, it's only done once a year. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I think it's Monday morning they'll start removing all of this, because over the summer they have other events planned. For instance, you've got Speedway here first week of June, and then during June you've got two big pop concerts. Rihanna and Bruce Springsteen are here singing. A few other events, and then in October they'll put the jigsaw pieces back again, because you've got three big autumn internationals: South Africa, Argentina, and I think it's Tonga. Three of those are on in November. What happens to these in the summer then? Where do they go? Where do they store them? Well, I'll tell you where they store them. They store them in a big hangar down in Cardiff Bay. 188 lorry loads take them down there. And they store them in this hangar temporarily over the summer months. The grass is recycled. So if anybody wants a good lawn next week, come back in here, right? Because they'll get rid of all the grass. Now, it's not looking at its best at the moment, because you've got, at the end of the season, you're having lots of matches played on here. 2 were played here last night. Last week, 4 Schools Cup finals. The varsity match, Cardiff and Swans Universities were playing here recently. They are, I think, obliged to fit in about 12 community games, as they call it, towards the end of the season. Looks okay here, but when you get up to level 6 and you look down, you'll see what I mean. It's got lots of brown patches, and, well, it's pointless putting new grass on it, because next week, as I said, it's all coming up. Because you've got 2 more matches on it tonight, right? Yeah, 2 football matches tonight, actually. So the last tour tonight, as soon as we finish the tours, quick reap, you know, the emptying of all the jerseys, put them away quickly, whilst the 4 teams that are playing here tonight come in to change. No.
Is there a reason why it's on, like, low on it?
There is a camber in the middle, and it's down to drainage. When that grass is down, first of all, there's 2 things that it needs regularly: light and water. We haven't got a problem with water in Wales. Here on Tuesday we had enough for the year. But as far as light, it's one of the reasons why the roof is open this morning, to help the grass to grow. There is another reason, which I'll tell you in a few minutes. Now, when they build a stage for a concert or have to put the field out like this and lay it out, some very large cranes and lorries come in and out to the stadium. They don't come down the same way as we do. If you look behind you over there, in that corner, there's an entrance there called the Dragon's Mouth. The green seats behind, they can all lift up by hoist. And that allows huge cranes and lorries to come in and do what's needed out there in the middle. Okay? Any questions? I'll tell you now when we get up and talk about the roof at the top. How long do you think? 15. You're not far out. Oh, you've been here before, haven't you? You clever girl. Any more questions about what we talked about?
How long has that substitute board been there? I've never seen it before. It says half.
Yeah, it's been there a while. It's been as long as I can remember. Probably you might have sat and haven't noticed it.
My benches are up there.
Yeah, it's been there. I can assure you it's been there a while. Yeah. Yes, they can take patches away. In fact, after the Ireland game, which was the first game this year in the Six Nations, a whole long strip was relayed down where those goals are, across there. They put new grass in. When they put the grass down, first of all, you might be interested in this, you can't play rugby on it then for a good 3 or 4 weeks. It has to be left a good month before a rugby match can be played. You could play soccer on it the next day, but the grass needs time to grow, because in rugby we're lots of scrums and rucks and mauls and it gets churned up easily. So once they set that, and it actually comes from Lincolnshire somewhere, I think it is Scunthorpe or somewhere up there, the grass now. So we never lose on home soil. Yeah. Okay, let's have a quick look in the other change room and then we'll head up top.